I don't think it needs to be reiterated how big Pokemon was in the 90s. The game was so goddamn big that they were able to sell us a game where all you did was roll around and take some pictures of Pokemon. And it was huge. It was a huge success. Everybody loved it. Okay? Pokemon Snap is easily by far one of the greatest games on the N64. There's a lot of great memories attached to that game. Of course, it also helped that there was a little bit of a gimmick where you could take your pictures down to the Blockbuster Video and you could print out little stickers and whatever. Now that was really huge at the time, so all of us kids wanted to go down to the video store and get our Pokemon pictures printed out so we can stick that shit all over our binders and desks at school and get yelled at by teachers. But Pokemon Snap really is one of the great games from the 64 library, and there's a lot of people out there who really love it. In fact, I would be hard-pressed to find a fan of Pokemon from the 90s who didn't love Pokemon Snap. It was a huge game back then, everybody really enjoyed it, and we've been waiting literal years for Game Freak or Nintendo, the Pokemon Company, whatever, to release a new Pokemon Snap. I mean, it was to the point where every time the Pokemon Company would do any kind of presentation, people are just spamming new Pokemon Snap in the chat all the time. That's what a lot of people wanted. And fast forward to today, 2021, we actually have a new Pokemon Snap out. And after sitting down with the game and playing it extensively, I feel very confident that I can give a solid opinion on how I feel about the new Pokemon Snap game. And if you can't tell from the title of this video, I absolutely love this fucking game. I love it. Let me tell you what, Bandai Namco has become the GOAT when it comes to developing Nintendo games. Smash, of course, being the biggest one that everybody thinks of. That's the first one that comes to mind. And now they're trying their hand at a Pokemon game, and not just any game, Pokemon motherfucking Snap. If you're a fan of the original Pokemon Snap, this is 150% the game for you. This is the game to play. I love the fact that they've kept the on-rails gameplay from the original 64 game. There was nothing wrong with it. It is what makes the game feel like Pokemon Snap. I've seen people complain about how the game isn't free roam or whatever. Listen, not every goddamn game that you play has to be a sandbox free roam game. This game, especially with being on rails, allows them to make really cool interactions for the Pokemon. It allows the world to feel more alive and vibrant, because if it was free roam, it would just be a nightmare for them to program all these different Pokemon doing all these different things and whatnot. This makes it really easy because each piece that you roll up to is a set piece, and the Pokemon are on stage and they're just doing all kinds of fun things. It's like stepping into a whole nother world. Not only does this game look absolutely gorgeous, the world is vibrant and colorful. Every environment looks unique. They all look really good. On top of that, there's all different Pokemon coming out from all over the place. They're coming out of trees. They're coming out from behind rocks. It's seriously like your own little Pokemon safari, and you're just chilling, having a good time, snapping your photos. It's a feel-good game. It's the type of game that you play to just relax. It's not like tough. It's not a game that's making you stress out. I guess if you're really trying to get that perfect picture, maybe you're gonna, stress out a little bit. You're like, why won't you just sit still, Pikachu? Like, you're losing your goddamn mind. But for the most part, it's not that kind of game. Like, it's just a chill game. You sit there, you play, you take your pictures. The fact that they kept it on rails not only helps it feel like the original Snap from the N64, so it feels like a true sequel, but it makes sense in the way that the game is designed, that, you're not meant to interact with the Pokemon directly. You're meant to be watching them. That's the thing. You're watching them from the safety of your little capsule car, and you're taking your pictures. As I mentioned earlier, the game is gorgeous. The Pokemon themselves, the Pokemon models, look absolutely amazing. When you really get in close, you can see subtle little things in their design, like Arbok, for example, has actual scales like a snake that glisten in the light. Pokemon have really good detail on their feathers and skin and fur that just makes them look really good. I mean, you're not going to get photorealistic Pokemon here, but you're going to get the most realistic looking Pokemon that I've ever seen in any game, really. I mean, a lot of people like to bitch about Game Freak and the way they've designed their past few games. Sword and Shield, of course, getting a lot of hate. But this game, that game aside, that's the mainline Pokemon series. That's all different from this. This is a completely different game series. And for what it is, I think they did a phenomenal job. The Pokemon are very animated. They look great, and there's well over 200 of these little bastards in the game. Plenty of Pokemon to see, plenty of content. That's another thing. This game has probably quadruple the content that was in the N64 game, and way more Pokemon, obviously, featuring a sprinkling of different Pokemon from all different gens. Now, obviously, when we're talking about a game series that has well over 900 Pokemon, a little over 200 doesn't really sound like a whole lot, but honestly, all the different interactions that the Pokemon have with one another, as well as all the different things that they do when they're just in the world, just chilling, really makes up for the number of Pokemon, because each and every Pokemon individually was given a fair amount of care in terms of what they're doing in the world and how they're interacting, making them seem more alive and vibrant, really. So, you know, having a little over 200 isn't that big of a deal, especially when you bring into account the fact that as you go through the different areas, you level up. And your levels aren't attached to you yourself, your levels are attached to the region that you're going in. So when you go into the first area of the game, it's level 1, and when you go into the first area of the game again at night, that's also level 1. As you take pictures, you level up in that specific region only. Now, as you level up that region, more Pokemon show up, Pokemon do different things, the interactions change, so there's so much potential there, and honestly, the replay value on this game is incredibly high. There is literally hours worth of content. I've seen people say that you can beat the game in 10 or 13 hours or something like that. Yeah, I guess if you're just flying through the story, taking the pictures you need to take, and that's it, moving on, sure, you can beat the game in 10, 13 hours. But if you're trying to take the 4 photos of every single Pokemon in the game at the different star levels, and you're going through these stages over and over again to see all the different interactions and try to get the best photos that you can, you're definitely going to be pouring way more than 10 hours into this game. I mean, I'm already about 8, 9 hours into this game, and I haven't even reached the last island yet. I think I'm on the volcano right now, and I unlocked the foggy forest, and that's pretty much where I'm at. So there's plenty of content in this game, plenty of reasons to come back, and I'm pretty sure that they're probably going to do DLC for this. I'm fairly confident that DLC is coming, so we're probably going to see more Pokemon, and we might see more regions too moving forward, which is an incredibly smart idea, because the game is so fun. It definitely deserves DLC, and my favorite part about the game, the part that really got me, was the fact that they have straight up callbacks to the original Pokemon Snap on 64. It is a true sequel. It is 100% a true sequel. There is a character who shows up in the game, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't played it yet, but this game has incredible ties straight to the first one and is legitimately a continuation of that game. But I love it. My wife likes the game a lot as well. The thing is that my wife loves Pokemon, but she doesn't care for the mainline game. She doesn't care for the whole catching and battling aspect, mostly the battling. She likes the catching, but she doesn't care for the battling aspect of Pokemon, so she's never really been too huge into the Pokemon series, but she does love Pokemon themselves. She thinks a lot of them are cute, and she really enjoys the Pokemon. This game is literally perfect for her. She's fallen in love with this game. She loves the fact that she gets to just roll around and look at the Pokemon while they're being cute and doing their thing. So, it's a game that, for someone like her, who likes the Pokemon themselves but doesn't really care for the mechanics of a mainline Pokemon game, this is the perfect game. It helps introduce her more to the world of Pokemon in its own way, and she loves it. She was in the living room playing it the other night, and I literally heard her yelling about how she was too late to get the picture of the Scorch Bunny on top of the Tortuga. But we both love it. She's learning more about Pokemon. I'm having a phenomenal experience of nostalgia that just washes over me, because all the memories of being a kid playing Pokemon Snap are coming back to me. Love this game. It is definitely a must-buy for the Switch. I think that highly of this game. I think it's a must-buy. The only real negatives that I have about the game, personally, is I feel like some of the stages are a little too short. It would be nice if they were a little bit longer, because they're just so nice to look at. I just love rolling through them, so some of them I feel like end too quick. And Phil. But what do you think of the new Pokemon Snap? You love it? Do you not care about it? Are you more interested in it now that you've maybe watched this video and maybe I've convinced you to get it? Why don't you let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a like. That really helps out the channel. And if you really like what you see here, feel free to subscribe. I put out gaming videos every other week. I mostly focus on Nintendo. I like to talk about all the companies and all the different games that I love. If you do subscribe, feel free to hit that little bell so you know when I upload every other week. If you love video games as much as I do, feel free to join my Discord chat. It's a little Discord chat. We're slowly growing, but we have a really good community. There's a lot of great people in there. We talk about movies, we talk about anime, we talk about video games, tabletop games, anything you can imagine, it's in there. So feel free to jump in and meet some new people and have a good time. And of course, at the end of all my videos, I always like to thank everybody who's subscribing, everybody who's watching. You guys mean a whole lot to me. Honestly, I say it over and over and over again in every video, but it really does still blow my mind that so many people are actually watching my content, enjoying my content. It really does mean a lot. The fact that I managed to reach 1,000 subs before my channel's 1-year anniversary was just absolutely huge. And I'm trying to think of new content to do and fun ways to implement it. Like I said, my schedule's crazy, so I don't always have time to upload videos every single week. But I'm trying to make room for YouTube, so, you know, we'll see what happens in the future. So until I see you in the next video, have a good one, be safe out there, and bye-bye.